What's up, traders? My name is Vincent Mokotedi, the founder of VinnBoss Signal Factory with over 7 years of proven trading results. I am the only trader who trades publicly with my community. Every single trade, wins and losses included. No hiding, no manipulation, just transparency and real trading results. Furthermore, I would like to tell you that I've already built a Telegram and a WhatsApp community filled with serious traders only. The best part is it's free to join. All you need to do is number 1, register with XNS under our exclusive link. Number 2, verify your trading account. Number 3, fund at least $100. Some traders are funding $1,000 to enjoy higher profits. When you fund, you will get to receive the following that I will mention. Firstly, it will be the weekly Forex forecast of all the major pairs, gold and silver included, daily signals and analysis for London and New York sessions, fundamental news breakdown on major economic events. You will get again a course called Beginner to Pro Ultimate Course for both beginners and struggling traders seeking consistency. Proven strategies tested and verified by myself and other professional traders. One-on-one mentorship where you can request personal attention to deepen your price action and signal understanding. But that's not all. If you are not registered with us or you're not ready to switch over to XNS as of yet, you would still receive daily analysis of 6 pairs only, which includes the euro dollar, the pound and the dollar, the euro Canadian dollar, the pound Canadian dollar, the euro and the pound, and last but not least, the US dollar and the Canadian dollar. You will only receive the London session analysis only. That is a limited access that we give to those who are not with us. So don't miss out on all the full access to premium trading education, signals, and membership. After funding, send proof of registration to WhatsApp 068 060 5332 for instant access to everything. And traders, with the euro dollar, what do I expect to see today? I don't expect to see much volatility from today, Monday, up until Wednesday with the interest rate decision. So with that being said, I still see this as one big consolidation to retest our demand zone at 1.1706. This would be a great place to look for bullish patterns and formations and continue to the upside. But this is going to be a long consolidation to the downside. But if we do get this invalidation, of course, this is where we'll be starting to look for buying opportunities to take price action to the downside. If we break this break of structure at 1.1660, then we break below, come back up, retest this, and then continue to the downside. This would be a fantastic place also to look for selling opportunities. But as long as we are into this two demand zone, which is the first demand zone would be 1.1706, the second being 1.1690, this would be a great place also to look for buying opportunities to take the market to our target profit, of course, which is 1.1780. We are still in a trade, of course, and we've already broken even around these levels. We do not want to see anything else opposite this. So with that being said, traders, this is just the euro and the dollar for me. Let's go over to check the pound and the dollar. And with this pound and the dollar pair, what we have is similar to the euro and the dollar. I do expect to see a consolidation to retest the first demand zone at 1.3539, the second demand zone at 1.3522. Both these current levels are a great place to look for buying opportunities to the upside. Both these levels are great opportunities to look for buying opportunities to the upside to take profit at 1.3590. And we are already in break even, of course. And with that being said, traders, I do expect, if these levels to hold. I don't expect it to break the weekly break of structure, but in a scenario whereby this weekly break of structure gets invalidated, we'll be looking for shorts to make that 1:3 risk to reward ratio. With that being said, traders, this is my view on the pound and the dollar. So I do not want to waste much time on this. I still do expect to see this consolidate a lot before Wednesday, with the interest rate decision coming in and continuation to the upside. So with that being said, let's go straight to the euro and the Canadian dollar. Traders, with the euro and the Canadian dollar, what we have is, or early in the morning, we did have a break even from these up levels right here, and I still do think buying opportunities are suitable to look for at this level of 1.6222 and 1.6216. These levels are uh, close to each other. So with that being said, that means that there will be too much pressure, or they will be easy to just go through and take out the break of structure. What we'll see is the reaction of price towards this, and the break of structure, of course, it's right here at the weekly break of structure at 1.6178. If we do get this would be another opportunity to look for selling opportunities. I would like to mention that both the dollar and the Canadian dollar do have interest rate decision coming out, and they are both expected to get cut. So with that being said, it's very important that we pay close attention to the euro and the Canadian dollar, the pound and the Canadian dollar, euro and the dollar, the pound and the dollar this week, and try to stay away from both currencies, US dollar and Canadian dollar, as a pair. But we will analyze that when we get to that currency itself. So without wasting much time, this is the euro and the Canadian dollar. Let's go straight to the pound and the Canadian dollar. And traders, with the pound and the Canadian dollar, like I said, with the majority of the pairs, this is not going to do a lot up until the interest rate decisions on Wednesday. And after that, this is what I do want to see. I would like to see the 1.8724 being retested as the first demand zone, and look for buying opportunities to take out structure at 1.8792, or to make that 1:3 risk to reward ratio. The second demand zone right here that we have is 1.8703. This would be a great place to look for buying opportunities, of course, to take out structure right here at 1.8792, or make the same 1:3 risk to reward ratio setup. So this is the pound and the Canadian dollar, and if we do invalidate these two levels, of course, of demand, we will of course have a pullback to retest the weekly break of structure at 1.8653, and then a continuation to the downside to make that 1:3 risk to reward ratio. So that is it from me with the pound and the Canadian dollar. Let's go straight to the euro and the pound. And with the euro and the pound, what I expect, this from last week, we had a change of structure, of course. Let me zoom out so that I can show you what I'm talking about. From last week, we did have a change of structure, and the market just came out and retested the level twice at 1.6, 1 point, or rather not 1, it's 0.8662. This is the supply zone of the sellers, of course. On this currency pair, we did have one, we did have the second time. It's very unlikely that we will have the third one, but if we do come to this supply zone again, it will be a great place to look for selling opportunities to the downside. Now, we did not enter this one on Friday. We were not really ready to get into the market. I was looking for a second one. So what now, Vincent? What do I expect to see coming into the market now? If we do break this right here will be a great place to look for selling opportunities to make that 1:3 risk to reward setup ratio. Now, if with that being said, after this drop to break this low, a pullback will be imminent and a continuation, or rather this might be the case in this pair, which is not going to be affected as much as the other currency pairs that we'll be discussing today with the interest rate decision. What I would like to see is a break below 0.8634, and then after the break, the continuation to the downside to make that 1.1:3. This is just a break below this new low, which will make the new low from last week's low, of course, and then a continuation to make the 1:3 risk to reward ratio. Now let's go over to the last but not least currency pair, which is the US dollar and the Canadian dollar. And traders, last but not least, with the US dollar and the Canadian dollar, I still think right now we are at the level of demand zone. We might come down to these levels. Of course, let me remove this because we have already won this. There's no reason for me to be looking at past wins. They will cloud my judgment going into next week. So with that being said, traders, let's go and understand that buying opportunities are imminent from this level to go to the upside. On this pair, I'm still structured to the upside, of course, but it's not safe. This pair has not been safe for the past 2 weeks, and this is the third week that we are going into that is not promising enough. Why is it not promising? Both currency pairs are this week are expected to cut rates, of course. And with that being said, after the rate cut, any currency pair after the rate cut takes a hit from the bears. So you don't want to be, you know, trading two currency pairs that are going to be weak fundamentally going into the coming week. That you'd rather trade other pairs, but structurally, because we respect the structure and we were able to make money with this currency pair just by following the structure itself from the previous week. I remember this week I did tell you that this was not a great setup to go on for, but structurally we were structured to the downside and we did make enough pips. I did tell you that structurally, of course, you might just look for other shots of course, and this was not good at all. And guess what? Just because of the structure last week, we were able to make the structure to the upside. And right now, I do repeat, if we are going to trade this is the wave, not unless we do go through the supply is more than the demand, then we do go through this and then a sell to the downside after breaking our weekly break of structure. A retest to test the weekly break of structure level at 1.3787 would be a great and fantastic place to look for selling opportunities to make that 1:3 risk to reward ratio. So that is it from me, traders. I hope you enjoy trading this week, but be careful anything that happens between, especially on because with the real account traders community, we do have strong versus weak currency pairs. Of course, there are better currency pairs out there that you can trade, but with the free YouTube watch list, I would recommend that you trade from Wednesday night onward. So with that being said, that's it from me. Make sure you like and you subscribe to this channel. So thank you and happy trading.